Well, it seems like our experiment on paper currency is doing really well. Our greenback dollars are worth 39 cents in comparison to a silver dollar or gold dollar. So, yay, inflation. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny, and we are both very, very wet because it is
dying a little bit. Yeah, little half dead.
Hot. Hot.
I actually, you know what? I actually have been considering joining this war, just to end it all. To end
You just get shot and just be done with it.
You know, just if I'm gonna do it, I might as well dress in wool and fight for the boys in blue. But
Johnny, I tell you, this
probably I'll just
multiple
jump
layers
into a
is
pond
not.
later or something.
It's not for you ladies at home. I'm freeballing it. I have no underwear under all this, and spoiler, I got no shirt under this either. I'm just vest and jacket.
Don't tell your superior. I think that's
it's
not
fine.
up to code.
It's fine
for uniforms.
Johnny, this week's going to open up on the 8th of July with Sherman's forces in Georgia crossing part of the Chattahoochee near Soap Creek. This move is against Johnson's right flank, which took him by surprise, even though that's pretty much been the go-to move this entire time, but it takes him by surprise. We've now flanked Johnson, who is now going to pick up his defensive lines and move them again.
Okay, well... You know, maybe it's just a distraction technique.
Maybe
he's tasked with just keeping them at him and just moving down the line.
You can't lose a battle if you never fight it.
That's right.
Johnny, on the 9th, we're going to see Union forces on the James Island pulling back. So yay, death for no fucking reason. Although to be fair, we're not talking about high casualties here. We're only talking about a couple hundred on each side. So it's really more skirmish.
Oh, what? Only a couple hundred people?
Yeah, it's fine.
What's the point?
And no ground is gained on either side. It's just death for death.
I actually don't even care at all about any of those lives.
But Johnny, we are going to see the resuming of the bombing of Fort Sumter because...
Oh, thank God. How long have we stopped doing that? A day or two?
Yeah, a couple days.
Golly, what was the holdup? Were we resupplying?
Well, we were trying to take the forts around Fort Sumter, and that didn't work out, so we're just going to bomb them again.
I mean, that was stupid. We should have just kept on bombing Fort Sumter.
Yep. Also on the 9th, we're going to see 6,000 Union forces stand directly against Early's 10,000 troops, way in front of Washington, getting in front of him at the Monocacy River with the hopes of stopping Early from moving forward. Unfortunately, these 6,000 troops are just like, we basically went a door and said, you can hold a gun?
So they're not...
Come on.
Highly true. These are
just
top tier,
a smattering of what they could find for militia, and it is not great. So surprisingly, or not really surprisingly, we don't do well. Lew Wallace does his best. He has untrained troops, so they do have to flee the battlefield. They do delay Early though by a day and inflict him 700 casualties. However, we do lose 1,200 of our own men.
Made Early late.
Yeah, we make Early late. We do lose 1,200 of our own men that are missing, and I have a suspicion that most of these guys that are missing are what? I don't want to do this. I'm going to go home.
Nah.
I think that's what
hot.
most of that. That's what most
July.
of that is. Yeah, that's what most of that is. July in fucking Maryland. Ugh. Like July in Indiana's bad enough, but Maryland's close enough to that southern belt of heat that. Ugh.
Is it? Does Maryland get bad? I've not been to Maryland in the summer.
It's like a swamp, man. Have you been around Washington, D.C.? It's swampy.
No, not in the summer. No, not at all Washington, D.C. And I've not been anywhere out there in the summer.
It's a swamp.
Lieutenant Tommy, it's a swamp. I don't know if you know this about me. I've been working my way west.
Yeah.
And I only got to Indiana. I'm not much of a world traveler.
You got as far as Johnny Appleseed, Johnny. You did good. You did good. Yeah, there you go.
Well, similar mind, similar name, all that stuff.
All that fun stuff. Yep.
He did more than me, to be honest.
He did plant a lot of apple
trees. Johnny Appleseed's probably going to be a more common name than John Smith.
It's a little bit, yeah. Johnny, Johnson's going to move his forces to the doorstep of Atlanta, while Meade is going to push his siege lines closer to the lead to increase pressure there over at Petersburg. We haven't talked about Petersburg much in the last couple of weeks.
No, I haven't heard that.
Not much is going on other than the siege just started, and now Meade is moving his lines closer to put more pressure on Lee.
Okay.
Lincoln is going to tell Greeley, remember him from last week, the newspaper article that the Canadians are like,
yes.
hey, we've got the people who want to surrender.
No, yeah, the scam. And so
scam,
he replied to it. No, you can't do that. He's going to get your whole address book.
Lincoln's going to go, hey, listen, if somebody legitimately wants to negotiate for peace from the South, they're going to have to come to me directly to do that.
And also maybe from the South and not from Canada.
Yeah, not from Canada. Yeah, there is the.
It would be helpful if it were somebody, I don't know, with a Southern accent.
Yeah, that would.
It sounds like like they have a bunch of sawdust in their mouth or whatever. Like that's who we were looking for.
Yeah. On July 10th, Johnny, in response to Early being so close to Washington, Lincoln is going to return home from his summer home to the White House. On the 11th, Early's forces are going to burn the home of
He's been at his summer home?
Yeah.
Since what? You're not. Herr Lincoln, you're not supposed to vacation during a time of war.
He's vacationing.
It's a bad look,
it's
sir.
Fine. He's vacationing. Hey, that's close to habeas corpus, man. Remember?
It's a bad look, is what I'm saying. A bad look.
But not a bad action. It's just perception is reality.
It's just perception. We all know he is working harder than ever when he is at his summer home in wherever the fuck he went on
but
his
it looks
summer
bad.
home. Working harder than ever, but the perception from the American people, they're going to be like, hey, you're kind of scooting out on us while, you're sending our sons to die in a war.
Yeah.
And arresting journalists for, reporting lies.
Yeah,
be fair.
lies. Just straight up lies, yep.
So, we get that, but...
Yep.
I don't know, maybe... All right, anyways, so he returned. How was his vacation? Was it good?
It cut short, so I imagine he's not too happy about that.
Oh, how? Oh, my God, how unfortunate. You didn't start with that. It was cut short?
Yeah, he had to return to
president.
Washington because of all this. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
poor guy.
On the 11th, Johnny, Early's forces are going to burn the home of Blair family, which is on the outskirts of the suburbs of Washington. So we're talking on like...
Arson now?
Yeah, well, arson, yeah, but also like, yeah. Oh, shit! Did I skip over the $200,000? I did. Fuck.
What?
Okay, so
how much?
Sorry. But when Early beats Lew Wallace's forces outside of Frederick, when he gets into Frederick, he is going to steal $200,000 from the city of Frederick. So
that's a big
chunk of change. That's being a land pirate. That's what you're doing. You're a thief.
All right. I don't know, man. I don't know about you. I steal $200,000 from a city. I'm bouncing.
You're
never seeing me again.
Yeah, you're never gonna. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not fighting for the Confederacy. You could.
Are you kidding?
You could buy a town for $200,000. You know, holy shit.
I'm out somewhere in the Great Plains. I'm talking. I'm buying a whole native village.
Yeah, just buy the Cherokee Nation. You know, it's fine. I'm sure they would sell it gladly for $200,000.
How was the Louisiana Purchase even that much?
I don't know. I'd have to. I don't.
Probably
off
not.
The top of my head, I don't know. Johnny. On the 11th, like I said, Early's forces are going to burn down the Blair family home, which is on the outskirts of the suburbs of Washington. Early is going to order an assault on Washington, D.C. the next day, which as the day goes by, he probably should have ordered that assault that day because the Union now has 20,000 troops from various areas that have flooded into Washington, D.C. Now,
yeah, because they kind of got the little, shot some flares in the air or whatever and got some attention.
Now, granted, a lot of these troops are raw recruits, but there's still now an additional 20,000.
I mean, it's still bodies.
That was already, it's not like D.C. had no troops to begin with. These are an additional 20,000 troops that have now flooded the city from the outskirts areas. Lincoln is going to visit Fort Stevens and then witness an attack there, and Lincoln is rushed away, which, a guy like me is like, Lincoln, what the fuck are you doing? Get your head down. You're wearing that stupid tall hat? We're getting shot at. What are you doing? Go home. Go to the White House. Lincoln is just curious, hey, what's going on,
just real
guys?
Quick. You know that his head does not fill that whole hat.
I get it, but it's still a target,
They could shoot the hat, and it would just fall off.
Yeah, I get
Maybe
it.
not even. Maybe it was just straight through.
But like,
But
still a target, man. Don't. Come on.
wait, he's not at high risk of being shot, Lieutenant. Like, you think that's how his life's gonna end?
I mean,
Bullet to the
maybe
head?
he is the
No way.
president. Although that's never happened before, so maybe I'm just
No.
nobody's ever targeted a president before. So
this
it's probably
president's
fine. You're
gonna
right.
take a bullet to the head and die. Whatever.
It's probably
dude.
fine. It's probably fine.
Let him do what he wants. He's got security.
Johnny, the greenback news from the Treasury Office. The greenback is actually only worth 39 cents
I'm sorry. What?
in comparison to the dollar, the more the silver dollars or the gold dollars. We're only worth 39 cents.
So if I have a $1
Greenback, paper money.
greenback,
You're actually only going to get 39
that's
cents for
39
that.
cents.
Yeah.
It's not even half of what.
You're not
it
even
says
getting you're not even getting a CD Liberty $half. You're getting like
and
a quarter and a nickel.
Now, all right, and so remind me, these greenbacks that people have, because this is a new thing. Like,
Yeah, new thing. Yeah.
they
yeah.
made money.
Yes.
Made these greenbacks that
Yes.
are representative of $1,
Yes.
which is supposed to be that's it.
dollar.
It's $1.
Yes.
And now you're saying they're not worth.
No, and remember that's the pure definition of inflation. And remember, we just have a new Secretary of the Treasury who's anti-inflation.
Who's anti. Right. This is why I'm confused, because that's not what's supposed
That's
to
not
happen.
anti. Yeah, we're very
My
much
dollar that you gave me, that I paid for, that I gave you $1 of gold for,
Yeah.
or silver, what have I?
It's not worth $1.
Now you're saying I gave you that, you gave me a thing that is now, you've decreased the value of the thing by 60%.
I'm going to go ahead and encourage everybody at home to just keep using the coinage. That's worth way more. Use the coinage.
Also,
Although to be fair, our greenbacks are worth like 20 times what the Confederate dollars are worth. So.
I feel so comforted knowing that our money that I paid good gold for is worth more than a made-up country's made-up currency to fight their war.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
It should.
It doesn't.
It should. It's fine. It should.
I mean, the good thing is I never had enough gold or silver to buy any of these greenbacks. So I'm not actually affected by this, but I could imagine
Johnny. That's what
how
I get paid
upset.
in every month.
That's how you
every
get
month
paid.
I get 105 greenbacks.
I used to be so jealous about you getting paid. And now
yeah.
I just don't.
I get
care. It doesn't matter
$105 dollars of worthless paper. I'm sorry, it's like the equivalent of like $42 of significant pay cut I've got. Although to be fair, I'm in Indianapolis. I'm not anywhere near any kind of fighting. I could use.
Yes, but your salary literally
ice
got
cellar.
cut by 60%.
Yeah, it did. I could use an ice cellar. It's so fucking hot.
Could you also use food for your family?
Oh no, I got. Well, I mean, we got
Because,
that.
Lieutenant,
it's fine. I just take that.
I know that you live such a cush life as a high-ranking member in the Union Army, but there are folks that are going to lose everything because of this.
I'm not. I'm pretty low on the totem pole when it comes to. I'm actually the lowest. on
I'm
the
so
totem
low.
pole that
I'm
you can
so
get
low on the
for
totem
commissioned
pole
officers.
that I don't ever have to even go fight, and I just get to tell them what guns to fight with. I'm so low on the totem pole. Look at me. Never in any danger, Mr. Bottom Man on the totem pole. Yeah, just like the top of the line generals and shit.
My
Lincoln,
my
top of
daddy
the
paid
Army,
for my
never in
commission.
any
That's
danger.
fine.
Lieutenant Tommy, never in any danger.
No,
You're
I'm
basically the same as the president.
That's not true. I did remember. I took shrapnel in my neck when I watched a gun explode. A cannon.
that.
We got a new test.
Explain what happened.
Remember, we got the
in battle.
we were
During battle? During battle.
No, we were testing a new.
No, we were what? You were what?
Testing a new gun that we got from the British Empire,
okay.
and it exploded on us. And then I took a piece of it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got a slight.
Billy,
you can't really see it, but there's a slight scar there.
No, yeah, my cousin Billy was doing testing with what would happen if you just put like 8 pounds of gunpowder inside of a bin and lit it on fire. Guess what happened to him?
He's dead?
Well, I don't know. We never found any pieces of him.
That's a fair point. Speaking of 8 pounds of remember what I told you a couple weeks ago we were digging a hole underneath the lines at Petersburg? Still digging that hole.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting closer.
They're going to blow some shit up, right?
Yeah, we're getting closer. We're digging that hole still. They're getting closer.
They're still.
They're
they
digging
have not. Nobody has come to their senses and been like, guys, maybe not. This is
No, we're digging that hole.
maybe
that
a
hole
crazy
that's
idea
it's being
to try
dug.
to
We're on that
dig
path.
under
Yeah, we're doing that.
Army and blow them up from underneath.
Yeah, we're doing that, Johnny. On the
How? All right, wait. I'm sorry. Real quick. How are they not? How is the opposing army not going to notice this?
I don't know. Maybe they think it's not. I don't know.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but how do you dig quietly? It's a loud process.
It's a loud process.
Is it not?
Yeah,
Can you do it in secret?
No. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, Johnny.
Maybe
we're digging a
they
hole.
do it in prisons. I guess and dig out of.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Holy shit.
Johnny, we gotta get through this. It's too hot. On the 12th, we're gonna see reinforcements entering Washington as its defenses and its defenses. Early is gonna look out and say, "Nah, I made like $220,000 stealing money from several cities. I'm just gonna go ahead and bounce." And he does not attack Washington D.C. Instead, he turns his army around, marches back for the Potomac.
All right, that's what I would have done.
That's what I would have done too. In an
I'm mad at him for that. I called it.
Yeah, you did call it. Upset at Johnson, Trader President Davis is going to write Lee asking who he thinks should replace Johnson because Johnson keeps fucking retreating every 2 seconds. Like, it's ridiculous. And so Trader President Davis is like, "Hey Lee, who should I replace him with?"
Did he say? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. On the 13th, 15,000 Union forces are in pursuit of Early across the Potomac. Sherman is going to begin moving his army across the Chattahoochee to take up positions on the north side of Atlanta. And Trader President Davis writes Lee telling him that, hey, Bragg is actually now in Atlanta. So I think I'm just going to put Bragg there. Bragg does tell me that he looked around Atlanta and said, hey, it's very easily defended if we actually do it the right way. So maybe I'll just listen to Bragg. So we'll see how that goes. In the week, Johnny, it's going to end at the Battle of Harrisburg, Mississippi. A whole different front. It's going to kick off on the 14th with Union forces underneath Smith. They're going to be well defended against the combined Confederates. Their goal here is actually to destroy Nathan Bedford Force. And after wave after wave after wave of Confederate forces hit Smith's line, Smith repels them easily. But then he doesn't destroy Nathan Bedford Forest, so his whole point of this was nothing. So while it's a victory, means absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Then that's not a victory. That's not how victories are.
Johnny, we only lose 674 Union forces to 1,347 Confederates, so we killed 2-1.
Great.
Fuck you, dirty rebels. But again,
twice as many Americans as you killed are Americans.
Nathan Bedford Force is still running around, so that's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We do all kinds of fun things. I do shorts. We actually shoot live guns. I don't know, like, sometimes YouTube likes that, sometimes I don't. If you guys like that, like, start watching and liking and sharing that shit. I rip on every single gun that's ever been invented because apparently there's cult followings on things like Colts and in Walkers, which I guess is a Colt, so that kind of doesn't count. M1 Grands, there's following to those guys. And yeah, I do other things too. Like I make fun of propaganda myths from World War II or just in general. And then we lasted longer than the Confederacy, which is almost everything, even stupid ideas. And we do long format videos where we make fun of presidents. So check us out.